What's up, everybody? It's your boy Robbie Dagger. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. In this episode, we're gonna be looking at some multiplayer. I want to thank you for coming here and being part of this. This is gonna be the first part of, I'm hoping, a multi-part series where I'm gonna be looking at nothing but multiplayer. The reason why is because this has been requested, um, like tons of times. So I think there's a lot of confusion. I think there's a lot of questions about it. There's a lot of people afraid to do the 3-star fights. There's a lot of potential healers that are afraid to heal the 3-star fights. And they're just gonna get harder, you guys. There's gonna be 4-star and there's gonna be 5-star fights. So I just want to share with you a little strategy that works for me when I heal. And I think this is honestly, I put it, I strapped it down to like the bare bones here. As you can see, I've got barrier and don't even look too closely because some of these aren't maxed out at all. But you know, I've got the fat chocobo, which does barrier. I've got Alexander, which does wall. I've got Hermes, which does haste. And then I've got Kate Sith for cure. And let me talk about this Kate Sith versus other ways to cure. The reason why I like Kate Sith is because it gives you, let me see, Asuna. So whenever you cure yourself with it, you're also curing off an element. You know, you're also dispelling an element off of you. So that's pretty awesome. Also, it gives you the quick cast with the cure. So watch out with the other cheaper versions of cure that you can use on yourself because they do sometimes cost a turn or cost a, you know, they cost more or they're, you know, you're paying for it in some other way. So that's why I like Kate Sith. And the Asuna is very helpful, especially if you're a healer. So, so what I want to say about this is highly debatable. And I know some of you are looking at this like, you jerk. Like, how dare you put all heart cards into your deck? Like, why do you think that's vital? And I know a lot of people would rather switch the Kate Sith out for, in this case, the Sicarius we're fighting is going to be Odin. So we would want to have brought a, you know, stone, basically bring Earthfang along with us. And a lot of people would argue, hey, like, take the Kate Sith out, you know, put something else in there. And okay, whatever. And also, a lot of people may be saying, like, you know, I have a version of, I have this card that does this and haste. I would say, you know, use whatever you want in place of this. This is just like the bare bones setup. Like, this is just like what I recommend, what I run with. And I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna show you exactly just what to do. What to do if you want to get things done around here. First of all, as much as you can, you kind of want to just form your own party. And the reason why is because it's going to eliminate a lot of the hassle. And you can just pick whatever you want. So here you can see that I'm choosing, you know, 2 attackers and a breaker roll. And most likely I'm going to get these rolls to fill pretty fast, especially if I'm a healer. Healers, this is a PSA to the community. the healers are in shortage, so that's why I wanted to do the healer video first, because I want to give these healers their confidence back. So as you can see, we looked at all my cards. Not all of them are maxed out. Not all of them are top tier. Not all of them are top level. But I have the basic skeleton of what you need to survive, and I might, we'll see. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what happens. I could be wrong. And I will say, if you are going to go and do a 3-star fight, please, have your character have all your 8 panels maxed out. Have all your cards in tip-top shape. Max level, all the skills unlocked, because everything you slack on, your teammates have to pick up that weight. And it may not seem like much, but it can be life or death, which will cost you Phoenix Downs in the long run. See, like, this guy's like coming in here, and we had someone leave. So, his cards are decent, but it can be hit or miss, of course, just like anything else. Usually you can get a pretty good squad right away. That's the thing with pickup groups. I also had just as much luck. Had a lot of luck earlier. And if you don't like the party, you can just cancel. So usually I promise that works. But just for poops and giggles, let's try finding that same party setup. Since I'm a healer, it should be pretty easy to find it. See, and what I'm looking for is I'm looking at all the characters here, and they should have their 8 panels unlocked if you're looking at the 3-star quest. Odin the Stormborn. This is what we're after. This is what we're looking for. So all this checks out great, because this is the 3-star fight. But this guy here in our first position is 1 star, and I don't want to do a 3-star version of the fight with this guy only 3 stars. 3 panels unlocked. This is the panels icon. So what you want to see is 8 on everybody across the board. And if you don't see that, stay away from that crap, because that's someone trying to farm Magicite, but they're trying to like use you to help farm. You don't want that. You don't want that at all. So just try to find what you need. We get to listen to this super awesome rock and roll Odin music. I want the lyrics to it. I need to print them out, tattoo them somewhere on myself. That's the new thing. I want them on my bicep, or on the back of my knee. It'd be a sexy old place for a tattoo. Looks like breakers are in need these days. Also, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I got locked in. Whoops. Anyways, I do want to say thank you everybody who's watching right now. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you being with me. I love having you here. It really makes me happy seeing you. And don't be shy now. You can talk up in that chat. Alright, so sometimes this is how it is, but rarely it's not. I played for probably like 2 hours, just testing a couple builds out earlier, most of the day today actually, and here we go, baby. Yeah, what I was gonna say was I was getting parties really quick, and so, sometimes it's like that. I will say it's worth it, especially to play with real people, because you know that you are playing with real people. And, there's some camaraderie there. Definitely some camaraderie there. So, here we go. Here we go. Let's get serious now. Serious face. First thing you're going to think to do as a healer. As a healer. So, we're thinking healer. Oh my gosh, we got to heal this whole party now. And you can't F up or else everybody is going to die. So, let's get serious. Let's be real here. First thing we're going to want to do is drive away all our orbs. If you have like more than 3 of them, just drive them away, because you don't need them. The reason why you want to drive away your orbs is because you want to make room for heart orbs. And you want to go, you really kind of want to go first. You don't really want to be going last. Usually, honestly, in the party, you have to, in this game there's an ebb and flow. Like at one point you have a lot of orbs and then you use them all. And then you do some attacks and get a lot of orbs and then you use them all again. So when you have a lot of orbs, I really should have gotten rid of all those. I'm about to get this party killed because I don't have a barrier up. That really is the first thing you need to get up as a healer. If you don't get that barrier up, people get hurt quick. So first things first, get the barrier up. Drive away all those unnecessary orbs. Action lock yourself down. Tell everybody to hold their butts. But so yeah, that's part of my strategy is barrier first. Make sure your barrier goes up in your by your second turn. If you want to live on the wild side, wait for your second turn and wait to get hit. Basically, wait to get hit so that you can use the barrier and heal everybody. But to me, it's just too risky. And that's only if you get haste off your first turn, in my opinion. Otherwise, use barrier first because you need to basically not heal these people who you're playing with. Like, that's your goal, is to like not heal them as much as possible. So that's where barrier and wall come in. And barrier is going to help a whole lot. It just helps like crazy. So right now the party is doing pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually haste, because the party's health is pretty good. Things are looking good. We're probably going to kill this thing. Normally I would say use a barrier, set your barrier up so that you have some protection, but I was counting on this kill, so yeah, there we go. Kind of going against my own preaching here, but I would say normally use barrier, and then go ahead and use wall on top of it, just so you can get as much of a break as you can, because you need some time as a healer to get more hearts. So basically, what you're doing as a healer is you're doing your best to get rid of all. You're basically driving off all your orbs, except for hearts. You save your hearts, drive off everything else. That way you're protected, and do some auto attacks. That way you're drawing more heart orbs. So that's really what you want to do, because you need those heart orbs. You want as many as possible. As you can see, the party is doing pretty well. We still have... Uh-oh. Alright. That shows you, that's a big warning right there. When you see Odin, every Sicarius does their little charge up. When you see that happen, just get your wall ready. Just try to have that as your next turn, because it's gonna help. It's gonna help your team, and it's just gonna do too much damage to try to block it any other way. And it scares the heck out of everybody to see it, so you might as well just use your wall and, make everybody not piss their pants. And you really will make everybody happy by doing so. So as you can see, using this simple strategy, this fight is going smooth as gravy. Check this out. Barely any damage. Goodness gracious. So, as you can see, the strategy works pretty well. The party took barely any damage, and I'm basically keeping the party's health full the entire fight, as much as I possibly can. So that's why I say barrier, wall, barrier, then wall, then haste is the recipe. And that's why I kind of leave cure. As you can see, I haven't even been close to needing to use cure. But I do need to use barrier right now, because barrier had run out. And I can use the Dance Macabre and put a haste up on everybody as well. So, as you can see, everybody's health is full as crap. And, the fight has gone exceptionally smooth. Just based off using those simple, that simple skeletal structure of cards. That's why I say just focus on barrier, wall, haste, and that card where it was cure. That's just kind of like a oh crap card. As you can see, I haven't needed it. The entire time I've had this setup, I haven't needed it since the first time that I used it. So that card's kind of like a freebie card. So far I haven't needed it at all, but I like having it as kind of an option. I will say, if you do feel comfortable, definitely get rid of it and use an attack or use a buff. It's always nice to have an attack boost or a defense boost. Or if you have some kind of combo card, those are always really, really sweet to have. Really, really good to have when you're in multiplayer as a healer. One of the best things about being a healer is you can share is you can share your all your support cards. So, as you know, I just got the Aerith Final Fantasy 7 card. Super happy about it. Just got it. So if in theory I could use that for the party, and it would give it to the whole party. So that's part of the fun. That's part of the like what's really cool about playing this job. It's just like it's a lot of fun, like having you know it's a lot of fun just basically making sure the fight goes smoothly. And there is a lot of, I don't know, I get enjoyment out of it personally, just because it's just like there's a lot of doubt that goes into multiplayer. A lot of people come into multiplayer, they're like, well, I don't really know what I should have. They're used to having maybe one or two support cards in their deck at all times. Maybe two was like the maximum number they were used to, and so they never really got used to the idea of having three or possibly even four support cards in their deck for multiplayer. But I just showed you how you can have a very basic deck and you can keep the entire party completely alive, no worries at all, and just chill. Basically, you're just chilling, and all you have to do is make sure. The recipe, guys, is just to make sure as a healer that you keep barrier up, and when you see the Sicarius charging, that's when you put your wall up. If you can't put your wall up earlier, but otherwise put your haste up if your party's doing well and you have a pretty good setup. You can put your haste up, and that way it's giving your party more turns. So that's probably the best buff, besides just like a straight attack up or a magic up. Um, and whether you want to use attack up or magic up or some kind of combo, that's totally up to you. There's a lot of setups. I know there are some. Every class has a specific weapon that will give you life draw plus 20. So check that out. It's every neophyte job, basic job. So neophyte ranger, neophyte warrior, I think. Sorry if I got that wrong, but it's neophyte mage too, and like some version of it. All right, so we're gonna barrier first, of course, and we're gonna drive off all this ice. Let's just drive off that too. Drive off everything. Screw it. Alright, so very important that you use barrier first. You do not want to be trying to heal people at the start of the fight at all. Like, not even a little bit. So if you want your fight to go smoothly, this is how I recommend it go. If you don't want people to die, if you want to be known and be followed for being a good healer. See, this is the next round. I'm gonna put the haste up since everybody's at full health. I'm gonna go ahead and drive wind. I'm gonna slap this one. I'm gonna slap him one time. See if I can generate some hearts. So basically, you're not there to use skills. Like, don't feel guilty for not having skills as a healer. You're not there to use skills. You're there to keep the party healed and to keep the party alive and to supply a buff, like a good buff, like at least one. Like that's all anybody can ever expect of you as a healer. See, it would have been a little, well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's all anyone can really expect of you as a healer. And that's all you need to do as a healer. Just keep the party alive and everybody will be happy. As you can see, I've been very unlucky as a support. As a support, I've been very unlucky with my hearts. And I'm still managing to get I'm barely managing to get 2 every turn. And I'm still able to keep my buffs up. So that's something I want y'all to pay attention to. Just cause if you have a heart surplus, then it's much better. You're much better off. The reason why I like and I know I'm doing this on Dancer, and I'm just doing it on Dancer because I think Dancer is kind of hilarious. It's kind of like a funny class to me. It really is. But I love Dancer, and the idea that it's a healer is so awesome. And you could be doing this on White Mage. Of course, White Mage is probably like the best healer. It just has like the best I would say like the best elements. It's got my favorite elements on it, but thing about that is that thing about that is just that while it does have like the very best, it does have, it has fire. What am I saying? It has fire and ice, and then it has, I want to say earth, fire, ice, and earth, which is pretty good. But it doesn't help with this fight. I feel like, because I feel like if you're gonna be going into a Sicarius fight, that you need to have that element. You need to have that element, and then you need to have the one opposing to it. So for instance, if you're gonna be fighting 3-star Odin, you need to have wind, so you can defend against wind, and you need to be able to use earth, so you can hit hard, because these guys have tons of HP. And this is just a warm-up, guys. Just like I was telling you, like, get used to these fights, because it helps you farm so much faster. Ooh, I should have had a wall prepared. It would have been nice to have a wall prepared, but like I said, I was really hurting for, there we go. We'll use our we'll use our limit break here to summon some orbs here. That's what I was gonna say I really liked about Dancer, was the limit break. Just that it summons, does a prismatic shift for you. That is very helpful as a healer, because it lets you use all your healing buffs. It's like if somebody let off the Eris card. As you can see, everybody's back to full health. No worries at all. And all the buffs are back up. It's incredible. So if it wasn't for the, say that didn't go off, say I didn't have that, I still did have the 3. I saw that before I had the limit break. I did have the 3, whatchamacallits, the 3 hearts. So what I would have done was just use wall then, just to keep that guy alive and heal him up, and hopefully he has some kind of heal himself that he could have used, and then I would have like generated some more hearts and then gotten the barrier up. Um, that's just what I'm saying. Keep your barriers up, keep your walls up. You'll have such a smooth fight, and get your haste up when you can. And as you can see, I didn't need to use that cure, but I could have. It definitely could have gotten to that point, it just never did. Um, but, you know, again, let me show you the deck that I just did that with. And this is like a bare bones basic deck. This is the 4-star card right here. The rest are 5 stars, but they're like, look at this. This is 5 of 6, so it's pretty much a 4-star card. The Alexander is, the wall is good, so that's pretty nice. And so is the Fat Chocobo. So, not perfect, but not too bad either. Um, Real quick, let me just talk about the weapon real quick. If you have the finished version of Azrael, or whatever it's called, I would say put it on because it does give you the enhanced heal drive, which is freaking amazing. 4% more heal, more HP heal. It's gonna help you and your party, help you keep everybody alive on Ranger. And I believe every class has some version of this weapon. So make sure you look into it if you're playing that job. I would say this because of the ultimate charger as well. You remember how many auto attacks we were doing in that battle? It was kind of a lot, and all we were doing was auto attacks. So this extra 2% is actually going to go a long way when it comes to charging your ultimate and giving you a better, giving your ultimate, getting your ultimate up faster. And if you're all the healers in this game so far that I can think of, you want to get your ultimate up as quick as possible. It's gonna help you like crazy. So that's basically what I think about that, and like this has me excited because I haven't lost with this build yet, and I can't wait to see what it's like when it's fully maxed out. I feel like it's going to be flawless. And I have better versions of it, as you can see. You know, there are better versions, better things you can do, other things you can do to raise your defense. Oops, no, I meant, you know, that's just a general buff. But there's other things you can do to raise your defense if you have it. This card ends up. The Aerith card raises your defense. The YRP card raises your speed, and you know, the Knights of the Round card could help you decimate pretty much everything because it's such a beast card. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let me know what y'all think at all. Let me know what y'all's favorite healing setups are. If you have any different ideas on a setup, let me know about it. Or if you have anything that's flawless, just like this is, let me know about it. But this is also like a bare bones setup. I'm trying to do this from like as free to play a setup as I possibly can. All of these cards, every single one of these cards have fodder available. So do not get discouraged. You can, if you have these cards at all, you can get them maxed out to their maximum potential, and you can be the greatest healer ever. And I would say, I know I showed you the 3-star version. I know I showed you the 3-star fight, but the 2 and the 2-star version fight is the exact same, except with one mini boss, and the 1-star version of the fight just has the boss, and it's very easy. I would say if you want to go in and you want to check multiplayer out and still get rewards and not get penalized for, you know, not having like the perfect setup, definitely go in there and do the 1-star fights and like check it out and like play around in there. It's like a good place where you can experiment and like, you know, try different builds without like really screwing anybody over and or worrying about like carrying anybody or getting carried. And just also you still do get rewards for doing the 1-star fights, so it's still pretty worth it. And the 2-star fights, you can definitely get by. You can definitely get through the 2-star fights if you have a 4-star panel or above job and a setup. So basically, if you have like that setup, it's basically okay. You're good to go. Like no one's gonna like kick you out of the party. No one should kick you out of the party for having a four plus panel job in a 2-star fight. So, you know, definitely check out do the hardest fight you possibly can. I know I showed you the hardest fight there is, but that's just to serve as an example of what you can possibly do once you get your hands on these cards. So, I'm pretty sure all of these are available in the shop if you want to just go buy the crap versions of them, or buy like one single card so you can like start upgrading them with the fodder. I think the only card that you can't do that right now is the Fat Chocobo, and that's just because you need the gold chocobos to do it, and I think that was only an event. But if you got some ability tickets saved up, this is I would say get your Fat Chocobo leveled up first. Do your Fat Chocobo first, then do your wall, then do your um, then do your haste, then do your buff after your cure and stuff. I'd say get some kind of cure. I mean, you could have regen here. Regen works pretty well too because it kind of will give you that turn by turn heal. I just don't count. You can't count on it in a oh crap moment, really, in my opinion. You just have to hope for the best in a moment like that. And if there's like a combo coming, you're gonna get yourself killed if you can't heal enough. So that's why I like the single target. I mean not the single target. This just the cure. So it's gonna do it on everybody, and it's gonna cure a lot. And as you can see, the wall came in, tremendously useful. Yep, keeps everybody alive, keeps you from taking like a ridiculous hit, like the Zantetsuken. You don't want to take that hit without some kind of shield, so that helps us a lot. And then the haste was good. It gives everybody those extra turns. Those extra turns can add up, and people can do a lot with that. So as you can see, we didn't have to worry as the healer. We didn't really have to worry about who we were targeting, who we were hitting. I mean, you should out of courtesy because you can definitely potentially lower the break gauge on some enemies, and you can definitely break some enemies if you're not careful, or if you want to on purpose. So definitely be careful who you're attacking, even still. But keep the heals or keep the abilities coming, and you should be able to keep the party healed, no problem. And just keep your gauge empty. That way you're keeping space for plenty of hearts. Hoard the hearts. Hoard plenty of hearts. As many as you can. And then, that way you'll be safe and you'll keep your party safe. Anyway, thanks for watching, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming by. I really do. Freaking really do. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if you really like the new idea to do the the multiplayer series. Let me know if you like the idea. Appreciate what y'all letting me know. What y'all think in the comments, and let me know what y'all want me to do for the next role, and what job I should play as when I'm doing it. If you want, let me know. Let me know what y'all think, cause I'm open to showing to doing more of these, and it's a lot of fun for me. So I hope it's a lot of fun for y'all. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. Check the description of the video if you want to follow me. Hit subscribe on your way out so you don't lose me. So we don't lose contact with each other, baby. And as always, love you. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. This has been Robbie Dagger on another episode of Mobius Final Fantasy. Appreciate having you here with me. Alright, y'all. See you later.